Hello, and welcome to this Pharos Cloud tutorial. Today we'll be covering how to set up and use scheduling. The Scheduling tab consists of two areas, the Events Calendar and the Task Schedulers table. The Events view shows a calendar and list of events that will run on the date selected in the calendar. The events are all occurrences of task schedulers. This site already has some active task schedulers, so their occurrences are shown. All time shown are local to site time as set in the Settings tab for your site. You'll be informed if your browser's time and the site time do not match. All scheduling is stored and run in the cloud. Pharos Cloud will tell devices which task actions to run at the scheduled times. No scheduling or task data is stored on devices locally, so devices must be online when the schedules are due to run. If all devices in the schedule are offline when a schedule is supposed to execute, none of the associated task actions will be run, and the schedule's occurrence in the calendar will be marked with an X in the status field. Click to create a new task scheduler. This first step is to establish what we want our devices to do when the scheduler runs. This is achieved by adding device actions for each step we want to run, or by selecting an existing task. More information on task creation can be found in another video in this series. If the site has multiple devices, choose which device the action is to run on by selecting it in the drop-down here. Different devices may have different actions. The actions configured here will be saved in a new task. Each action has its own parameters. For example, let's choose a Select Triggers action. This action will fire selected triggers on the selected device, with the option to test conditions if the triggers have any. Let's add a Start Timeline action too. This lets us perform an action on the controller directly, without needing a pre-existing trigger in the controller's project. Choose a timeline, and in this we'll choose to release others, adjusting the settings to release all other timelines and scenes. Once we're happy with the actions we've chosen, we can adjust the name of this new task here. Click to move on to the next step, which is specifying when the scheduler will run. First, we'll add the dates which the scheduler will run on by selecting them individually. Next, we need to choose the times of the occurrences on those dates. In the Simple option, input a desired time and add it to the occurrences. For situations where multiple times are required, there are options to add these easily. Recurring allows you to specify a start, end, and interval time. A preview of the times to be added is shown. Confirm to add them to the scheduler. The time mask offers some more flexibility and options when adding multiple occurrences. Just add values into each field for a preview and confirm to add them. Astronomical times can also be added, with an offset if required. Once dates and occurrences are in place, click the X to selectively remove them. This lets you allow for an exception to the normal routine. Each occurrence is only present once, and duplicate times are ignored if they are added. Currently, specific dates are supported, but work on supporting date recurrence is in progress for a future update. Priority is used to define which task scheduler should run when an exact time conflict occurs. Select a priority from the list. All new schedulers will default to the normal priority. Priority can also be used to block out an entire day using date blocking. Let's say you have a task scheduler that runs daily at sunset, and for a special event you create a new task scheduler that runs every 90 minutes between 1 PM and 6 PM. With date blocking enabled and a higher priority set for the special event, other lower priority task schedulers on that date will not run, including the daily sunset. The last step allows you to choose a name, colour, and description for the task scheduler. The default name copies the first task in the list. Choose if the scheduler will start as enabled or not. Disabled schedulers will not run but will retain all of their settings. A summary of the actions and tasks will be given here, with a link to return to edit them. The same is provided for schedules. Once the scheduler is set up correctly, click Create Scheduler to finish. At this point, the task scheduler will be created, along with a new task for any additional actions at Step 1 and a schedule containing date and time information. These individual elements are created to retain maximum flexibility. This task was created for our scheduler. Any edits made to this task will carry through when the task scheduler fires. Task schedulers can easily be disabled or enabled in the Schedulers table. Expand a task scheduler to see its schedules and linked tasks. The default schedule contained within the task scheduler can be edited, and new schedules can be added if required. As any edits are made, the Events view will update to show when events will be active. Name, description, and colour can be edited in line, or through the Edit option in the toolbar. That's how to set up and use task schedulers. Please see other videos in this series for more information about the features of Pharos Cloud. Or if you have any other questions, then please feel free to contact cloud@pharoscontrols.com.